right, so these are our notes on periodic trends. This is part 1, and we have 2 learning goals for this part. So periodic law states that the properties of elements recur periodically when arranged by atomic number, and we'll talk about what this means further. So the periodic table can be arranged by rows and columns, and the columns, which are the ones that go up and down, the columns of elements are called groups, and we sometimes refer to those groups as families. So those are the up and down columns there. And then the rows of elements, so we have the red row, orange, etc. Those are called periods. So our groups or families in 1, 2, and 13 through 18 are called the representative elements because they tend to be the best examples of periodic law. So we tend to leave out these transition metals here when talking about periodic law. So family electron trends, okay, so that's these column electron trends. Elements in the same family have the same number of valence electrons. So those valence electrons are the ones on the outermost shell. And we can actually see that we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, and 8, except for helium has 2 valence electrons. So for example, all of the red elements have 1 valence electron, all of the orange have 2, and so on and so forth. All of these here have 8, except for helium only has 2. But that's how we can tell valence electrons based on families. So our first trend is atomic number. Our atomic number tells us what number each element occurs on the periodic table. And as we can see, this arrow is in the direction of increasing atomic number. So this element here has the highest atomic number. Our same trend goes for atomic mass. That is how much mass each atom has. So this one is the most massive. Next, we have atomic radius. So if we remember, we have a circle here. This is its center, for example. This distance right here is our radius, okay? So this saying atomic radius is basically saying atomic size, okay? So as you can see, we've taken out our transition metals that would go here, that lower section in the middle, and we are just showing you groups 1, 2, and 13 through 18, like we talked about earlier. And this element here on our bottom left is our biggest atom. So take a second, pause the video, and draw a lithium atom showing all of its subatomic particles. Alright, so here is our lithium atom with all our subatomic particles. So we have our nucleus here with our 3 protons, our 3 positives, because it's number 3 on the periodic table. And we have our 2 energy levels with our 1, 2, 3 electrons. And here is our configuration. Now take a second, pause the video, and draw a sodium atom the same way as we do the lithium. Here is the answer for this. We have our nucleus with our 11 protons because sodium Na is number 11 on the periodic table, and it's in row 3. So we have 1, 2, 3 energy levels with our 11 electrons. And we have 1 valence electron here. And this is our electron configuration. So why would the atoms get bigger going down a group? So we have lithium right here, which is in group 1, period 2. And we have sodium right here, which is in group 1, period 3. And we know that our atoms get bigger as we go down. So that's why our sodium is bigger than our lithium. So the atoms would get bigger going down a group due to electron repulsion forces. And this is how the electrons get forced out to higher levels. Now go ahead and pause the video and draw a beryllium atom showing all the subatomic particles like we did earlier. This is our answer here. Beryllium is number 4 on the periodic table, which means that we have our 4 protons in our nucleus and it is in period 2. So we have 2 energy levels with our 4 electrons, and this is our configuration. So we can see here we've got lithium in period 2, family 1, and we have beryllium here in period 2, family 2. And you can see that beryllium, even though it's number 4, is smaller than lithium number 3. So why would the atoms get smaller going across the periodic table? We can explain this because the greater nuclear charge attracts the outer electrons. So this nuclear charge in beryllium is a 4+, 4 protons, so it's a +4 charge. It has a greater attraction, a greater affinity for the outer electrons. Therefore, it's going to pull them in closer, even though they have the same number of energy levels. According to Coulomb's law, that's how we say this, Coulomb, an electron's attraction to the nucleus will increase with greater charge, more protons, but decrease with greater distance. So the more protons there are in the nucleus, the closer the electrons will want to be to it, but the more space that there is between the nucleus and the electrons, that attraction will grow less and less as the distance gets wider and wider. Now is a great time to write down any questions that you may have. We will have a few minutes at the beginning of class tomorrow if you would like to ask any questions. All right, thank you. See you tomorrow.